Hey guys, it's a cold morning and basically I'm off to see a couple of my friends off for to their trip. They are off into the mountains for the first a few of them are off into the mountains for the first time. Only one of them has some experience riding there. And it's so basically what we are doing right now is me and a couple of my friends, we are accompanying them to a checkpoint on the way where we can stop and eat. And so I thought I should take this opportunity to tell you guys about my trips while I'm riding on the way. Yeah, oh, some super bikes over there. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, so my first outstation trip was on my Charisma, and that was way back in 2008. I had gone to Nainital with a very prestigious and well-known figure in biking in New Delhi by the name of Dr. Arun Thareja. Thanks to him, I got my first outstation riding experience, which was quite a pleasant one. And the second trip for which I went was with one of my friends, a very close friend. That was to where was it? To a place called Sangla. This is in Himachal Pradesh, and that was a very different trip. It was a very unique and a fun trip. A lot of interesting stuff happened. We managed to find snow towards the end of the trip, and we also managed to get a bike stuck in the snow. So yeah, interesting trip. But the most fun trip I have ever had was to Leh. This was in 2009, and this was just 3 or 4 months after my surgery, which was to repair the scaphoid fracture in my wrist. And coincidentally, I had that fracture for 4 years before I actually got to know about it. So yeah, it was not a fun experience to go all the way up into the mountains to one of the highest motorable roads full of rubble and rough track. So on that trip, one of my most memorable experiences was camping out on the side of the road. So basically what we had to do was, we got late reaching one of our destinations. It was around 2 in the night, and it was freezing cold because none of us expected snow in July around over on that in those areas. So we decided that we have no other option but to camp out. So we requested someone to give us horse dung, which may sound disgusting, but that's actually what some of these people in the mountains use to cook food. So we just requested them to give a little of that cow dung so that we could make a campfire. And a couple of our friends had borrowed whiskey from one of the travelers. Me and my friend don't drink, but the other guys did. So we were lucky that they did, because unfortunately petrol, when we tried to light the campfire using petrol, it just wasn't able to sustain it long enough. So we actually had to soak the cow dung in whiskey and then put petrol on it and then light it up. So we laid our bikes in an open rectangle. So it was like one bike, second bike, third bike. Laid a sheet of tarpaulin on the ground, hung a sheet of tarpaulin on one side so that the wind won't pass through, and that is how we camped out in the night. When we woke up, we were shocked to see a couple of developments. So basically what we noticed was there was a wall of snow to our right, slushing road to the left, and all our shoes had frozen. There was actual ice build up on the shoes, and when we took out our thermometer, we saw the temperature. It was -2 in the morning at around 8. So we were actually freezing our asses off. But yeah, that's one of the most memorable experiences for me during a biking trip. Guy who's traveling with us, who's actually going on his first outstation motorcycle trip. He's responsible for my profile, my cover page on Facebook. He's a very decent photographer, and last night he was telling me that he was feeling kind of nervous because of his first trip. So I told him there's nothing to be afraid of. Just make a list of all the things that you need, and you should be fine. There's nothing to be afraid of. All you need to do is be a little careful with the trucks, because until and unless they give you a pass, there's no point in overtaking them, because they tend to be a little, careless. So if they feel, they could even run you off the road, which I'm pretty sure is the same case with truck drivers all over the world.